your voice could be killing your song. I think this could be the hardest video for me to make so far. So I'm going to help you discover whether your voice as a singer on your song is helping or hindering your opportunity to engage with an audience. And I'm going to share what you can do about it after you've made that discovery. G'day and welcome to Indie Over 50, a channel dedicated to those of us over the age of 50 releasing new and original music on YouTube and Spotify. My name is John Huggart. I'm one of those people, and you can join us on this journey as well. Subscribe to the channel, that's free. And also, please submit your songs that have already been released on YouTube or Spotify. They may be included in our YouTube Indie Over 50 playlists. Okay, so how does this song go? It's the singer, not the song. Yeah, I think it's pretty fair. So first of all, what makes a great singer? We'll talk about that. We'll say, well, how can you know if your voice is good? And finally, what you can do to fix it before we'll talk about how do we take all that and then make a decision. So what does make a great singer? Well, I don't know what the objective answers are, but in reality, we know that if you've got one name and you're an icon over a century of music, then you've done really, really well. We're talking about Sinatra. We're talking about Streisand. We're talking about Elvis. Gaga is 2 words. But there are some singers that just are objectively really, really good. I'd include Adele there as well. And on the other side of the ledger, I'm not a big fan of Bob Dylan or Yoko Ono. Bob Dylan, an amazing storyteller. Yoko, an amazing inspirational creative force. But, do I want to listen to them sing all day? Answer is not for me, no. But the question for you is whether your voice is holding your song back. So how do we know if your voice is good? Well, the first person we go to is family and friends. And they can be really encouraging, really supportive, and maybe in our fan club corner, maybe not the best people to find out if we're really truly a good singer or holding us back. So then you want to reach out to an independent advisor. Well, who is that independent advisor? If you're paying a vocal coach, well, they've got an interest in saying, yeah, you're a great singer, we just need a few more lessons. So finding that person can be really, really difficult, but listening to their feedback is most important. Finally, we can also look to the facts. What data have we got? If we've put out some recordings or put them on Spotify or Facebook, what type of comments are we getting back? We're just not getting much feedback at all, or just polite feedback. They're the type of sources of data that can help us identify. So one thing to avoid when you're asking family and friends or even a trusted advisor is not so much, hey, what do you think of my singing? Is it good or not? That's a push pull. You kind of like forcing the person into oh yeah, you're a great singer. I really love your singing. You're so talented. Can't believe I could never do that. That's actually not helpful for you. One way you can break that down a little bit is to ask the question more from a relativity point of view. Maybe give them some ranking, listen to a few different songs performed by other artists, and help if they can establish your ranking. Where do you sit? Okay, which singer do you prefer here? My voice, or do you prefer their voice? Because I'm thinking about that for my next song. You could play them for unreleased songs from Facebook groups where writers just present their own songs. You hear some amazing singers and some really ordinary singers, and they're just sharing their songcraft as they're getting feedback and learning about the song. So their singing is not so much on show, it's more about their song. But again, it can give you a bit of a benchmark if you want to line yourself up against some other singers so you can get some objective feedback from those you can trust. I'll break the rule here a little bit. If you do get some data that's saying, oh, no one's listening and no one's doing anything about it, then remember, I'll have the link to the video below, but maybe that's because you're missing something else. And that's called marketing. Okay, so finally, what can you do about it? Can you fix it? Of course you can. Everyone can improve. And I think if you go out and engage with a vocal coach or with some YouTube lessons on how you can improve, I'm sure you can improve your range, perhaps improve your pitch, some of your breathing capabilities. But here's what I guarantee won't work to make you a better singer. And that is a better mic, better effects, or a better producer. Trust me, been there, done that. It does not make a difference. And no, not even Autotune. Now we know Cher, she was a great singer already, had already established herself, and she did that song Believe in the 80s, and they used Autotune, overly used it, and it created this whole new vibe, and a criticism of her as a singer perhaps as well, maybe unfairly. But Autotune is not going to get you there. And there was a stylistic thing in the last 20 years where people have been using that kind of feel. I don't know that they're objectively bad singers that have used it. I think they've used it more as a production choice, create a stylistic choice. So it's not necessarily that there's bad singing in there, but they've overused a production technique of auto-tuning. Let me tell you though, if you've got a great voice, Autotune won't be the issue. All it will ever do is just maybe clean up a little bit. There's another thing called pitch correction. That can be more important. You've done a great take. There's just three notes or there's three words. There's the end of a word as you hold onto a syllable that drifts off the pitch. Pitch correction can be quite useful in those circumstances so you don't ruin completely a take. Okay, so now onto the fun stuff. Now you've known or you have a view about your voice. The question is, and whether it's killing your song, the question is, what are you going to do about it? And while you ponder these questions, please like or subscribe to the channel. That's for free. That'll help build our community. I want to share my personal story on this. That's why I find this a really difficult video to make. I love singing. I'm a songwriter. And I know when I write a song, I can hear it in my head. It's perfect. It's all arranged. It's with my voice. And I have the proof because I sing it in the shower. And we all know the shower is awesome. But in reality, I know that I don't have the right voice. How do I know this? Because I tried. In 1988, I put out a record with me as a lead singer with a mate in a band. I had so much self-belief, so much confidence, and I really thought that I was doing the right thing by being the singer on that song, and I thought I was a really great singer. By the way, the song had a lot of great PR. That's another video link I'll put below. But the bottom line is we didn't sell the record that well. It couldn't go well because it wasn't sung well. And ultimately, back to the Rolling Stones, it's the singer, not the song. So even though I was surrounded by people who were often quite encouraging and supportive of me in my music and my singing, and probably those with a vested interest, say the producer who took money from me, fortunately, I had a girlfriend at the time who's now my wife to this day, who was able to tell me the blunt truth. And whilst I was a passable singer in a busking way or in a sing-song in a pub somewhere, bottom line is I wasn't talented enough to be the lead singer on a recording. So look, maybe that was about my growing up journey, my maturity, my learning as part of that journey to go to that process of self-acceptance. But once I understood that, once I accepted that, it was actually a great breakthrough for me because what I've learned since then is that there truly is great talent out there. In my lifetime, and I do record people here at different times, help out as a mini producer, I have witnessed greatness and only a handful of times. And that is when you're in a room this far away from someone who is an amazing singer. And then you know it's not about the microphone or the effects. They are just genuinely really, really good singers. One of them is my daughter. She's amazing. And she's actually been on two of my recordings. And objectively, the type of feedback and comments she gets constantly, you are an amazing singer. So another relative of ours who's now a touring guitarist, singer, songwriter, media personality, and I was able to help him with his first recording in my home studio. And again, just the pure talent and being that up close and personal with it rather than just sitting at a concert tickets or listening to a record. It's real. Back to your choices. You can either carry on or collaborate. So carrying on, you do you. There is nothing wrong. If you've got the confidence, the self-belief that you're the best person to take this song and give it its full opportunity of life, then go ahead. No one's going to stop you. You can get out on Spotify, you can get out on YouTube or the other platforms, share your song. But if you reflect on this or it's something been nagging with you, then there is another choice, and that's collaboration. Now, where do you go to from there? You might be fortunate in your family to have someone that you can rely on as an amazing singer. It could be through family and friends. It could be through your local musical network, people in your band or mates. It could be amateurs you might meet through open mic nights. That's all live. Or you could meet them online on Facebook groups and engage with finding new singers there. Singers that may be happy to share you and be released on your song. And the other thing you can do is find professionals, through the platforms such as Sound Better or Fiverr. There'll be other platforms as well. Find the right talent to share your song. Whatever you choose, we are Indie Over 50. We make beautiful music. I'll make another video soon, and I'll catch you then.